Hello everyone, this is Anil Kumar. In the last video, what we have just kind of set up a project. I defined a kind of rectangle object. So let me comment this particular output. So suppose this is a kind of like logger, right? So we can have a kind of like a different methods where we need to print the kind of logging statements. Here it is an SOP for a kind of like testing an application, but basically it's a logger, right? So I'm trying to get the kind of invocation. I'm invoking this get name method. Okay, without printing the logging here, I will try to enable externally. Okay, for that, what I will do is I will create a aspect. Okay, aspect that is called as a logging aspect. Just it's a class. Okay, it's a AOP class, normal class, but I'm just making it as an aspect. So I'm naming as a just a log log aspect, maybe logging aspect. Okay, just it's a simple class. Okay, in this logging aspect, see, there is no way it is related to the rectangle class, but this rectangle is our main class where it has a all the kind of, let's say, imagine like a rectangle is a business class where it has a all the business logic. Okay, exists, but this is a logging non-functional uh, cross-cutting concern. I need to tell this logging aspect, this is rectangle is my business class, just enable the logging for this rectangle. How to tell that using the AOP? So in order to actually tell this is an AOP, I think before that we have actually configured the dependencies in the pom.xml. Those are all like aspect j and aspect waiver. Let us see like those are all imported or not. Those particular aspect j, aspect weaver and alliances and spring AOP flavor, all those are being like downloaded from the maven repository. I think we are good to go for the AOP implementation. So how do you implement it? It's nothing but a nothing great is there, just I need to make like this as an aspect. So I'm just telling like this logging aspect as a aspect. So let me import it, treat as a org aspect j log lang aspect. So once I define this logging aspect, I told you right in the theory, aspect is similar to the class for the spring world. So I need to define an advice. Advice is nothing but a method. So there are some spring has predefined some advices. Okay, one of the advice is, maybe let me create a one advice, getter advice. Okay, mm, maybe the syntax is public void, bear with me for the syntax. Okay, public void some getter advice. What I am giving is, I'm just try to print some SOP here. Okay, some get method is invoked by AOP, something I'm printing. Okay, just to see how to print it. So I need to tell rectangle is my business class and I need to enable, right? There is an mm, aspect for all kind of like get methods, the execution we need to redirect here. Okay, even though rectangle dot get method is invoked. Okay, I just commented here everything. Okay, even though, let me remove this thing. Okay, completely remove, I haven't done anything printed on the console. I need to enable this get name, right? So the logging aspect, so at the rate, this is how the aspect look like. at the rate getter, okay, the aspect would look like at the rate getter, okay. Maybe the pattern we need to tell execution is the aspect, okay. It's a advice execution, okay. The execution pattern we need to define for all the kind of methods, like for all the methods probably the pattern is public string get name, okay. The execution pattern is for all the get names you need to enable this particular aspect. I think it's a get, okay. Execution we need to enable this particular aspect. So if you enable this one, okay, let me correct the syntax, but what I'm telling is, so this is a getter advice. I need to enable for all the business classes where it finds the get name, okay. If I have to correct the syntax, probably it would be something like before, actually it is a before every execution, okay. Before the execution we can have, this is the execution method, okay. Execution public star, okay. This is the method. Let me import, this is the before execution. So if I tell this thing, okay, before all get name methods, before executing all the get name methods, just print this particular logging statement, okay. And another thing that I need to mention, all these aspects are a Java components, okay. I think Spring components, in fact I need to register, otherwise it won't identify. So it's a component. Let me import this component, okay. And also I need to do one more step, like I need to enable the aspect j, enable aspect something like, yeah, enable aspect auto proxy. If I do this thing, your AOP configuration is complete, at least a basic AOP configuration is complete. And whenever a get method is being invoked, this whatever the kind of system modes or logging we need to do in this particular business class, it would be redirected to the logging aspect, and it should print this get method is invoked by the AOP, something I have put it right. So I am invoking this r1.getName. Let me run this whether it is able to print that aspect or not. Yeah, boom, there is an error here, okay. So something like public string get name execution, something it is point cut is not well formed, there is a some syntax error. So what is this syntax error? I think it is good to get the kind of like errors. So probably I haven't closed the particular double quotes here. This is something I need to close the execution, okay. Probably the execution is the one, this is a syntactical error, that's a fine, okay. We need to understand the concept rather than a kind of syntax, okay. So this is the not a small execution, and that there is a capital E I have used, whereas we need to use the small e. So let me run this particular application. Let us see the output whether the logging has been redirected there or not. Yes, see the logging, whatever I was supposed to do in the rectangle, it's been redirected to logging aspect, and this method is invoked, okay. This is how we need to, very simple way I try to explain it, okay. Probably hope you got the kind of concept of aspects. So we will see some more methods, some more point cuts, okay, in the next video. Thanks for watching this video. If you like it, please click on the like button and do subscribe to my channel.